What is going on, guys? Y'all probably read the thumbnail. That's probably why y'all clicked on this video. But today we're gonna be seeing if I can revive these two older WWE action figures. So, if you guys saw my last video, then you would know that I picked up this Rich Swan Basic 80, I believe, and I believe the Stone Cold is the Defining Moments one with 3 belts. So I picked these both up for $5 total at a swap meet, specifically the Harbor City College swap meet. I'm gonna put up a picture of some stuff that I found right there and the video of where I found them. But yeah, they're pretty beat up, and I decided to just get them for $5. But they're actually in pretty good condition, besides a few paint mishaps, and some are missing some like knee pads. And maybe we could do some adjustments on that. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I might need to get a bigger mug. That seems like a little too small of a mug, but yeah, let's get into it. All right, so breaking down why we have all this stuff here, I'm gonna start with the Stone Cold. So if you look at the Stone Cold here, he's actually in pretty good condition overall, but he does have some few things that I want to work on. So first off, his signature knee pads and knee braces. I'm definitely gonna work on those. And if you guys can't tell, he has a little bit of paint, like bruises on him. So we're gonna use some acetone to work on that off. And then other than that, I think he's done. Oh, we just gotta, and then we're also gonna paint some brown to fix the beard and make sure there's nothing that makes it look weird. And then also he has this really loose torso, like look at this. Yeah, that's really loose. So we're gonna put a rubber band on to help it, stay still. And to put the knee pads, we're gonna be using this Legends Cowboy Bob Orton. This one is pretty beat up, so we're gonna just take the knee pads off of this one and put it on this one. Thank you for your service, Cowboy Bob Orton. But now going on to our Rich Swan. He is also not in that bad of a condition, but we are just gonna be, making sure they're in pristine condition. So if you look here at the bottom of the boots, you can see that there's a lot of chipping. So we're just gonna paint that up, maybe fix that up. And then also here on the beard, he does have a little bit of paint chipping. So we're gonna just paint that in. And then I hate these knee pads, man, that they put on some of the fingers. I get that it's to make it look as accurate as possible, but you can't get any articulation. So we're gonna be using this basic Dominic Mysterio. Now, I do think Dominic Mysterio without the knee pads is gonna look the exact same. So this will not ruin the figure or harm the figure at all. And then also, Rich Swan has some paint chip bruises as well here and there. So we're just gonna fix that up. So yeah, pretty basic stuff to revive these WWE action figures, but doing that I think will make these a lot better. So let's get to it. All right, so when you're working on fixing or customizing some action figures, you always want to make sure you have a clear space and there's nothing on the figures that could ruin it, like a cloth accessory or rubber accessory. So we're gonna get these Q-tips on acetone out of the way for now, as well as the paintbrushes. We're gonna be focusing on the mug for now. So first thing, I want to test if all 4 of these figures will fit in the mug. There we go. We got Rich Swan. Here goes Dom. We might have to squeeze it in. If not, I'll just get a bigger mug. There goes Austin. And then here goes Bob Orton. So you just gotta jam them in there and they'll all be heated up by the water. We just gotta all heat up their kick pads, or not their kick pads, their boots, and pop them off, and then we'll be good to go. All right, guys, so I put the mug filled with water in the microwave for about 1:30, and then you give it some time to rest, and then you pop it back in the microwave for 2 minutes. But I accidentally overflowed the mug, so I spilled, it's okay, just wipe it with napkins. But it's gonna take not too long for these guys to sit and get their joints all loosened up. But yeah, while we're here, let's just talk about wrestling, man. So I'm filming this the day on AEW All In. But this is not just the day where AEW All In takes place. This is also the day when WWE tried to combat with AEW All In with the Great American Bash and Saturday night's main event. And I thought that was a terrible idea, man. And then tomorrow, the next day, if you guys are watching this in the future, it's gonna be not accurate, but we have Evolution, and I feel like it's gonna be a really fun pay-per-view. But I might suffer some burnout from wrestling because of all the stuff that they're doing. So that's a little bit of a shame on WWE. I have not watched Great American Bash yesterday or today, or Saturday night's main event. But I did buy AEW All In because I knew that was gonna be hype, and it fucking was, man. No disappointment. But yeah. We'll probably have more time to yap later because we have to heat these up again probably. But yeah, be careful. Get a glove or a mug, something to protect your hand when you're grabbing it so you don't burn yourself like I did, because I'm a stupid idiot, like Chris Jericho would say. But yeah, we're gonna drag this over here. We're gonna now we're gonna try to pop off the kick pads of these guys. So start off with the Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's probably hot as hell, my man. Pause. But yeah, here we go. Ooh, you see how loose and easy that comes off? Beautiful. And then so my next target was probably gonna be Bob Orton. Let's go. All right, boom. Got that done. Let's do this quick so that these other figures don't melt in the water. Take this elbow pad, or knee pad, my bad, and try to slide it on over here through the calf. There we go. Boom. Take the other one and get it back on here. It's been a while since I've done some figure customizing because we moved from our old house into a house for now, but this is just a temporary house, so we don't have too much space to keep all my action figures. So a lot of them are in storage right now, but for the ones that I do have, it's a pretty good selection. All right, just making sure that this is the right boot. Oh, we're gonna have to heat that up again, man. Let's try with the Bob Orton. I could get it there. All right, we got that one in. Good. Let's try the other one. Come on, man. You got that? Bam. Okay. I'm about to pop this Steve Austin back in the water to get his pegs nice and warm again. Let's take out the Dom. Damn, he is steaming. Oh, shit. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Slide off the knee pads instantly. Boom. Okay. I do not want to put those thick ass knee pads on Dom because not dirty Dom, man. Not dirty Dom. So we're just gonna pop his kick pads back on, and he's done for the day. Thank you for your service, Dominic Mysterio. Come on, pop it in, pop in. Fuck, I don't want to bend that peg. Let's just put him back in. Okay. Rich Swan, you're up next. Oh my God, he's even harder than Dominic. There we go. Beautiful. Slide these thick ass knee pads off, my boy. Boom. Okay, slide these thinner knee pads on. This is going way smoother than I expected, man. Way, way smoother. I don't want to put these on upside down. I think it's like this. There we go. There we go, my boy. All right, I'm gonna put some of these back in and probably reheat the water. See you guys in a bit. So the water is still hot. Let me see if I can pop these Rich Swan kick pads back on. All right, there goes one right foot. That is the right foot. No pun intended, I guess. Ooh, that's gonna snap the peg. Let me see. Come on. Let's go. All right, one custom done. He's done. Dominic, let's put your kick pad back on. Oof. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. I think I have to heat this up too. Pop that in there. You too, Dom. Oh, Stone Cold, you've been sitting for a bit, my boy. Let's put your boots back on. Fuck. I need to heat the boots up too. Alright, the water's still hot, so let's just yap about some more wrestling for now. There you go. You boys get back in there. Enjoy your bath. But, yeah, man, I haven't watched Saturday Night's main event or NXT Great American Bash. And I think I'm gonna watch the replays on Peacock after I catch Evolution tomorrow. Because, tomorrow I'm not doing anything. Sunday, I'm just chilling out. And it's summer. So, yeah, I think it should be chill. But, man, what a pay-per-view AEW All In was, man. I'm gonna drop a video on that coming soon. But, man, my favorite match, definitely Ospreay versus Swerve. That match was amazing. Runner-up, actually, I don't know what my favorite match is. It actually could be Omega Okada. I don't even know. Bro, I'm stupid. I need to go grab some chopsticks so I can fish out the boots. Fuck. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we got the chopsticks. Stone Cold, get out. I can see the boots. It's a black mug inside, so it's kind of hard to see where these boots are, man. Maybe if I could just... Come on, man. I see something. Whose boot is that? Ah! I can't see them. What the heck? I don't know. Touch the cup. That shit's burning. Can y'all see it? I got something. I got Dom's boot. Quick. Dom, did I save you? Come on, Dom. Alright, Dom, get on out of here before I snap your pegs, bro. Ah, boom. Stone Cold. He's not hot anymore. I'm gonna have to reheat the water. Alright, there's one boot. Should have popped this on before. Okay, there is his left boot. Got his left boot on. I see his right boot. Clearly visible now. Come on. Let's go. Okay. We're done with this hot water. I didn't have to reheat the water at all, actually. Thank goodness. But yeah, let's get this cleaned up and I'll show you the results on so far. Alright, so might as well talk more about wrestling while I clean up here. But yeah, that pay-per-view was absolutely fire. Even the 0 hour was fire, but what can you expect when it's AEW's biggest show, you know, man? You know, like, come on, they're definitely gonna bring it to the table, just like WWE does when it's WrestleMania season. But I don't know why WWE stopped doing the matches on the pre-show. They kind of use it to build stories now. Like, didn't Bayley get attacked at 41 during the pre-show? Yeah, I actually didn't know, and still haven't watched that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra and Becky match ever since I fell asleep. Y'all remember that? But yeah, still haven't watched that match, and I don't plan on watching it because of the stuff that I've heard about it. But I am thinking about doing a series where I watch every single WrestleMania and I rate them, or not rate them, rank them. But yeah, and some other plans that I got coming up. We're going to be reviewing a figure that I got. And we're going to do AEW All-In ratings, of course. And I plan on doing more PLE ratings, but kind of busy lately. Now I'm chilling. But then the last video I'm going to be doing is which event was better. Sorry, I'm blanking here. WrestleMania 41 or man, I'm blanking. All in Texas. But yeah, let me get this cleaned up for real and we'll move on. Alright guys, so while I'm wiping the table down just so like it doesn't get ruined, I'll talk to you through about the figures. So we'll start with the Steve Austin. He's already looking way better. Can y'all see him? He's already looking way better with the knee pads on. I can't find any knee braces, so maybe he's a very, very young Stone Cold who hasn't had any knee injuries yet. But yeah, that is looking way more natural. I'm gonna cool all these legs off so that they don't get like mushy and all that. But yeah, that's the Stone Cold. Next up, we're gonna be looking at the one that we stole the knee pads from, and it's Cowboy Bob Orton, father of Randy Orton. He is done for today. Thank you for the service. And he looked kind of better without the knee pads. But yeah, pretty cool. Then we're gonna look at Rich Swan, my boy right here. There's 2 total Rich Swan figures out there made by Mattel, and I think of all time. There might be a Micro Buddies, but actual posable, you know. And we can finally hit a full backwards knee position, so we could hit a 450 splash from the middle rope. Bam! We could hit the super kick that he does. Bam! Even though it's a basic, I might get the elite. Who knows? But that'd be cool because he didn't get the pink gear in the elite. And then looking at the one that we used is Dominic, and he looks normal, man. Having no knee pads didn't affect him. But yeah, let's get on to so what should we do first? Acetoning or painting? Let me think here. We'll do acetoning first, because if you acetone but after you paint, there's a higher chance that you could just acetone the stuff that you just painted on. But I'm gonna go get some ice for these Stone Cold so that his ankles don't fall apart and perish on me. Let's get to it. Alright, so I was gonna use a pizza rolls bag, but I could eventually find the ice, so we're just gonna pop ice in there so that his ankles can cool off and they don't fall apart. For the Rich Swan, I think he's good. Doesn't look like his ankles are gonna fall off, so he's good. Same with Bob Orton and same with Dom. So I'm gonna go put these figures away and we'll get to acetoning on Rich Swan. Alright, let's get to it. Acetoning. Acetoning I always find fun to do with wrestling figures. I don't know, it just seems cool. But like, this is really the only reason I buy acetone. Like, I don't wear makeup, so like, is it only for nail polish? I don't know, guys. But to show you the scars on Rich Swan that I'm gonna remove, let's zoom in here. We got a little white mark right here, and then we have, I know we have one more somewhere. Oh yeah, we have a black bruise right there on his thigh. I'm kind of scared of doing the marks on the torso. I do have some paint that matches his skin tone, so I might just paint over those ones. But yeah, let's get to acetone, guys. So now I would usually time lapse this part of the video, but for whatever reason, when you time lapse and then you put the video on a CapCut, it kind of like looks distorted or like color wise. I did that in my first ever Chase AEW figure video, so for this one we're just gonna keep it a normal time so that we could talk as well, because he doesn't have that many like mishaps. But yeah, comment down below what you guys thought about AEW All In and what your favorite match on the card was. And also, I did see the highlights on Saturday Night's Main Event, but I also do want to do a match rating on those. Seth Rollins' injury is real, apparently, guys, so Godspeed for Seth Rollins. Hopefully he gets better. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets well soon. Oh my god, man. It's currently like 12 o'clock at night. Tripping, man. AEW All In was tiring. But yeah, excuse me. But is that it? I think that's it. Alright, we'll try the torso because I kind of don't want to paint the 2 different colors. Okay, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't bad at all. I think we have the perfect amount of acetone to do right here. Nothing on the back. And on the front. Come on. Go away. Alright, we did it. Oh, so he actually didn't have to paint at all. Nice. Man, what is wrong with me? I cannot talk right now. But yeah, there goes for Rich Swan, and he's just gonna sit over here while we paint, but until we paint. But let's get on to the Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, getting Stone Cold out of his bath, right? Guys, don't litter. I will pick that up later. But getting Stone Cold out of his ice bath, and his ankles are much better now that they are cooled. And that is just a fast way of cooling that I found out myself. But yeah, so to show you what I want to acetone, he has a lot of damage on him. I think that one flex tape clip. Y'all get the reference? No? Oh, okay. But focusing up on the thighs here, you could definitely see some paint like bruises right there. Look at that. This one is really beat up, but like in really good condition at the same time, if you know what I mean. And then looking at his left calf tattoo right here, it has like a really like a burn. Y'all ever like fall on the floor and your hand drags across the concrete? Yeah, that's what this kind of looks like. So I might just get rid of the tattoo as a whole. And then on the arms, there's not that many markings, but just to clean it up. And there is some on the torso, so I'm gonna have to do the same thing that I did with Rich Swan, and hopefully not ruin this figure's torso. And his bald head is actually fine, so let's get to it. Again, I do not want no color distortion, whatever, on the full video because CapCut is weird. So I will just be talking right here. Let me adjust the camera. About wrestling with y'all. What was I talking about? AEW All In. Oh, Seth's injury, Godspeed, because they had a really good storyline going on with him. And then have you guys heard that Penta is getting a world title shot at an upcoming house show in Texas? But so that is really good for Penta, man. Penta has won a world title before in Impact Wrestling, not TNA, Impact. So maybe he's making waves in WWE here too. And maybe there will be a future rivalry in the future, Gunther Penta, because that would be an absolute slapping match, man. Imagine the chops in that match. Damn, that would be absolutely crazy. Have you guys seen that one match between Jay White and Penta, or where it was like Jay White and Penta in the same ring, and Jay White told Penta to take his shirt off and to give him a chop, right? Penta listened, but the chop was weak. But then Penta responded with a furious chop to Jay White. That was a loud chop to Jay White. But yeah, nice to see Penta getting a push, man. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And they didn't really get him a singles run in AEW. They didn't give his brother Ray Phoenix a singles run with the international champion. Now unified. I'm not going to spoil the outcome if you guys haven't seen the event yet. But yeah, alright, the calf tattoo is pretty much done. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit more. You know, after you're done getting rid of the full thing that you want to do and it leaves some residue, just go over it one more time, another dab of acetone to make sure that there's no like residue or whatever. Like, see, you can see like the red on the Q-tip trap clock. Shit, where you at? But yeah, there goes the calf tattoo, and I think it just looks better as a whole. But let's get on to the little paint marks. Alright, here we go. We're good on the thighs first. Hold on, there's a little bit of residue on his calf or shin area. Just clean that up real quick. But working over here on the thighs. Thighs and the bottom half. Alright, so the arms, the head sculpt, and the legs are the easiest area to work on with acetone for the figures because they do use a different plastic than and the boots than they do with the torso and the trunks. And if you use too much acetone on the torso and the trunks, it will actually leave damage to the figure. I'm going to show you guys a picture of, or maybe I'll just show you guys the figure after I do this, of what it did to my Carl Anderson basic. It actually really messed it up, the Carl Anderson basic, real bad. But I might just paint over it and give it a glossier look. So yeah, Taking a look at Stone Cold's thigh here, you can see like the inner damage right there. So we're gonna have a new Q-tip Tribe Called Quest. Over here, just touch up on that, and he already looks way cleaner. Just look at that, boom! Like this is straight out the box. But I did do my research to find out what Stone Cold this is, because there's so many Stone Colds out there. And I came to the conclusion that it was the Defining Moments, the one with 3 belts. I don't know what the exact series on that one is, but I did come to that conclusion because if you look at Stone Cold's hands, this is before they had interchangeable hands, and his left hand is a mic holding hand and his right hand is a fist hand. And I was looking at the Defining Moments, and that it's the exact same head sculpt and hand formation. So I'm pretty sure that that is it. But let's get on to the next thigh. Alright, so this thigh is looking pretty good. That is the comparison on how the thigh is before and after, pretty much. This thigh is a little bit more beat up, so let's get to work. Let's yap more about wrestling. If you guys check the AEW shop right now, there is currently a 1 of 5,000 Kazuchika Okada and an MJF going on right now. I wanted to get the Okada so bad, but it was $50 and it was sold out by the time I could try to. But the MJF, by the time I checked the AEW shop, was still there. It's probably not there anymore. I checked maybe a few hours ago. But yeah, I really wanted those figures. And damn, this thigh's already done, guys. Already done. Boom. Lower legs of Austin done. So we can just move on to the upper body now, I guess. That's pretty easy. Alright guys, so while I'm working on this custom, I like to watch TV while I'm working on the custom. I don't know if y'all can hear the TV, but I just found out that Ken got announced for the new Fatal Fury game as a guest character. Man, I don't know what I want to spend my money on. Action figures or video games or music, man. It's so hard to decide, because I really want that new Fatal Fury. It's been out for a few months now, but I really want to get my hands on it. Excuse me, I had to burp right there. Sorry. But alright, let's get to the arms. I don't even know if there's anything on the arms. Oh, there's something on that fist right there. So let's clean that up. There we go. Yeah, not that bad. The upper arms. But let's talk wrestling more. What do you guys think will apparently the Evolution 2 tickets haven't sold that well, and I've only sold about 5,000, which is only like, I think, really low to what the gates are. Just cleaning up Stone Cold's shave right there. But yeah, one time I went to a Raw back when I was like 5, and you know that time in WWE where it was like half the arena, which was the side that the camera would face, would be the people with the crowd, and then the other side would have nobody on them. I was on the side with nobody on them. Absolutely crazy. But to do like the minuscule acetone on the back of the torso, what you want to do, you want to get some acetone, you just want to wave the Q-tip around like that. And then after you wave it around for a bit to let some air dry, you lightly touch up on it. You don't want to go too rough with this because it will damage the torso. There we go. Boom, that's easy as pie right there, man. Is pie easy? No, pie is not easy. Easy as eating a pie? Yeah. But math pie? No, I was never good at that, man. I'm decent at math, but not pie, man. Come on. Pie? Crazy. But yeah, we're touching up on the Stone Cold, and I think we can get to painting now. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, man. There is our new and refined Stone Cold. We'll go more into depth on it later. But yeah, let's get to painting. Alright, now it's time to just touch up on the Rich Swan boots, because that's pretty much all we need, and the beard, because that's all we need to touch up on. So Sorry guys, I just drink a bunch of water. I'm hella thirsty. Excuse my burp, if you guys could even hear it. But we're just gonna work on the kick pads real quick and the beard. And again, time lapse is weird. So I'm gonna wait till I find out a way to fix that. And we're just gonna use a normal video. But here are the paintbrushes I use. It is the acrylic Artist Law 4-piece. I lost one of the paintbrushes, but all these paintbrushes stay in good condition if you handle with them with care. All you gotta do is, after you're done painting, you wanna wash them with soap so that they don't get like fuzzy and everything. But then also you wanna get some water so that your paint does not stay on there. So let me go get some water real quick. All right, now the paint that I use are from the same brand, Artist Loft Acrylic, and this one is the 24 pack. This was only about $15, so a pretty good deal right here. And we're only gonna be using a few colors today. I'm gonna be using black, and we're gonna be using like a brownish for Stone Cold's beard. They don't really have the color that I'm looking for, so but man, let me see. We might just use a darker brown. It might fit, because if you look at the Stone Cold, right, the beard right there, it isn't really that big of a chip. And then this is the color that I was gonna use for the Stone Cold. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Let's look at that. That'll work. Then here's our black paint. So let's get to painting. Alright, I noticed that the zoom is pretty zoomed in on the acetoning, and it doesn't really need to be that zoomed in. So yeah, we're gonna get our paint here. Fuck, I don't have a paintbrush on, or a napkin on. Let me go get one. Okay, so you always want to get a napkin so that you don't ruin the thing or the table that you're painting on, unless you have one that is meant for like working hard on it. Let me get one more napkin. And you also want to get one more napkin so that when you're done dipping the paintbrush in the water to clean it, you can dry it off. But so let's start off with the pick pads here, and let's talk more about whatever, man. Have y'all listened to that new Clips album, man? That shit went crazy, my boy. What would y'all rate it out of 10? I haven't listened to the full thing so far. You know, just watching wrestling recently. But the two songs that I did listen to were POV, the one featuring Tyler, and Chains and Whips, the one featuring Kendrick. And man, did Kendrick spit bars on that. He went absolutely crazy bonkers on that shit. And then Tyler, you don't really see him spit like that. And it is really cool to see him kind of go like conscious, if you say. But yeah, that album was crazy. I'm about to go listen to it after this, probably. Maybe while I'm doing some chores, taking a shower. But yeah, so that is some of the Rich Swan done. My paintbrush is kind of hard right now. Let me wash that off. What else? Y'all hear that new La Russell and Lil Jon single? That one was really good. I featured it on my recent short, the Mattel one. That was a really good short. If y'all have never been to the Mattel store, y'all definitely got to go. They got most of the new releases there, and that is actually where I got the Coliseum 2-pack for the Jake the Snake and the what's his name? Rick Rulo, whatever. But yeah. Alright. Now let's get to that little spot right there. And let's talk top 5 hip-hop albums, or your top 5 favorite hip-hop albums. Because to me, I got a pretty interesting list, some people would say. but then it also got some like obvious ones. Now, I'm from the West, Los Angeles, so I'm gonna have some West Coast biasy to me, obviously. But here we go, top 5 favorite hip-hop albums. Number 1, All Eyes on Me by Tupac, double album, lots of material on that. So that's definitely gonna be up there. Number 2 is actually an East Coast album with Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous by Big L. That's absolutely essential boom bap album right there. Just nice underground dusty beats and Big L's crazy fast, violent, if you must say, rapping. But yeah, that kick pad is done, so let me move on to the next kick pad. Checking that out, that looks way cleaner already. Just look at that. Let me take care of the under right here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, alright. But let's continue with my top 5 hip-hop albums. My top 5 favorite hip-hop albums. I would have to say Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick. I know Kendrick has had a boost in popularity recently, and it's kind of like crazy because of all the memes that he's made, like mustard. What is mustard, guys? And Not Like Us going absolutely crazy. But yeah, Good Kid, Mad City was released when I was pretty young, but I do remember listening to it a lot when I was about like 3. So it's always stuck with me in my rotation since then. Let me think. Yes, number 4 would have to be Dog Food by the Dog Pound. That's a really good underrated album right there. West Coast, really right there. But let's take a break from the rap albums and take a look at Rich Swan's kick pads. They're instantly looking way more fresh. So let me wash off some of the dry paint, and we're gonna let him dry for a bit until we get to work on his beard. Alright guys, so I'm back after letting the paint dry for the Rich Swan, and so I can wash the feet now. Pause. But now we just gotta work on the beard, and let's continue my top 5 favorite hip-hop albums list. And the next entrant on the list is going to be Quick Is the Name by DJ Quick, his debut album, 1991. And I remember the first time I listened to that album, I was absolutely mesmerized, man. I thought it was like an amazing album. I think it's one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time for what it's done. But let's lock in here and paint Rich Swan's beard. There we go. Looks way better already. Sometimes beards can be hard depending on their shape if it's unnatural. Or like if the spots that you have to paint are pretty hard to get. Fuck, I fucked it up, but whatever. Just a little bit, barely noticeable. And then, the eyebrows. Should I just leave the eyebrows alone, man? Let me try. I got a really thin paintbrush on me right now. I don't even... Can you guys hear me breathing? I'm not gonna mess up that. I don't want to mess up my Rich Swan. But, yeah, there's my Rich Swan, guys. Pretty much done with the Rich Swan. Let me fix my camera. Rich Swan is done, so we're gonna put him onto the side. Take an in-depth look at him later. But let's get on to our Stone Cold Steve Austin. What do I need to paint here? Oh, just this beard. Oh, so this is gonna be light work. Let me just get the new color out. Put this paint away. You know, don't let your paints dry out, because it's not the best feeling when you got some paints and you're like, let's go, I'm gonna use them, but then you don't get to use them because they dry out. You know what I mean? Alright, I will make quick work of this one so we could wrap this video up. I know this video is probably gonna be super long because of the not being able to do time lapses because of the color thing. So let me just do this real quick, and yeah. So when you're painting WWE action figures or any action figures, AEW, New Japan, I don't know if you would want to paint the Super 7 New Japan, those are really rare. But you want to use the thinnest paintbrushes as possible that you could find, so it doesn't like splotch up. And I think acrylics are good because they're really thin paints to use. But let's lock in here. I don't want to mess up the beard. Oh, it's actually a pretty good color for a fit for the Austin. Boom, it's done. Does he have eyebrows? I mean, he looks fine right now, so I'm guessing he doesn't have eyebrows. It looks weird on camera. I know that colors don't really match well, but trust me, in person, it looks pretty good. But yeah, let's get into the review of these figures. Oh, we gotta do one more thing to fix this loose-ass torso of Stone Cold, so let's get to that. Alright, so here is Stone Cold's current torso. Or let me do this. Yeah, look at that, bro. Super loose, very hard to pose around. So let's fix this. So what you guys want to do, you want to grab like these tiny rubber bands. I borrowed this one from my sister. She said I could use it. But it's the only color that she has, so if I could find some black ones, I'm definitely gonna replace that, maybe in a short or something. Let me do this down here so it's easier. Yeah, if I do find a black rubber band, and then I will replace this one in a short. But what you guys want to do, you want to stretch the rubber band out, put it around the legs, and then slide it up to the torso area. Now you're gonna want to rest it right here for now. You want to grab this one, and you see how like the torso kind of has an opening to it. Yeah, just slide your rubber band in there, man. Pause, and boom. It looks kind of awkward because this one isn't black, but then turn it this way so you can get this one up in there. There we go, man. And yeah, look, if we take a look on how loose his torso is now, it's tight, man. Pause. But like, yeah. All right, let's get into depth. All right, so in depth here, boom. Here is the finished product of reviving these action figures, and I think I'm pretty proud of myself, man. I think we did a great job on doing it. Let's take a look at the Rich Swan here. First, now we got better articulation. We could do full knees and shit. And then we also got a full beard that's not patchy and cleaner kick pad. So he just kind of looks like a new figure. And then we also, of course, did the acetoning. But I think I did a really good job on this Stone Cold Steve Austin. First thing we did, I'll put some knee pads on him, and I think he looks way more, man, I'm really tired. Way more, I can't even find the word. I say it a lot in these videos, but whatever. Accurate? No, it's not the word that I was looking for, but it'll work. And, yeah, so that helps. And then he doesn't have no, like, paint bruises on his legs anymore. They look really clean. And then he's way easier to pose around now that he has the stiffer torso. And the beard is not patchy. But yeah, guys, I'm about to clean up this space right here and maybe head to bed, take a shower. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I enjoyed making it, man. Just talking, letting me yap, and fixing action figures, man. That's like, I like to talk to people, and I like to fix action figures. So thanks, guys, and see you next time. Peace out, fools. Shit.